So he's here. He's going to be reading out the chat and things like that. So we're just going to get straight on this. So if you give me the camera, please. Thank you very much. So last week we left it with the basics of a nose. And this part of the nose here isn't quite how I want it. It's kind of got a little bit of a... Looks like somebody's punched him in the nose, I think. Looks like he's got a bit of a lump going off. So we're just going to sort that out after I've sorted my chair out. There we go. Okay, so just going to grab, put that down a minute, grab some polishing compound and give it a clean. Put that up there. Okay, now we've done with that. Okay, so I've got this machine set to a number 3. So I'm using the Peter Child's machine for anybody that doesn't know. And it is set to a number 3. I've still got my normal, not U shape, square shape. The funny shaped wire. It's just a wire tip. That's all it is. So what I'm going to do is just going to sort this nose bit out because I really, really don't like it. And all we're going to do is use the circular motion just to add some shading, just to bring that shade down just a little bit. There we go. And then so that nose.
Are you zooming in a little today, or are you leaving everybody out
yeah,
there?
I can do. Sorry, everybody's going to just be dangling in the air. Let me just move that up a little bit.
That's better.
There we go.
So yeah, stuff.
So all we're doing is just sorting this bump out here. It's just a little bit of white that we don't want. Well, it's not white, it's wood. So we're just sorting that bit out a little bit more. So we're going to say hi to everybody that's in the chat.
Well, it's going to be a nice lightweight one this afternoon.
It's all right.
We have Andrew from AGK Woodworks.
Hi, Andrew, and Debbie, if you're there.
We have Alex, was the wood butcher.
Hey up, Alex.
And we have Jamie Pye himself.
Hey, Jamie. How's Vicky?
So that was a nice short one today.
It was. So we're just adding some shade in here, just layering. It takes a while to layer, especially with skin, because skin is, you go in by the different tones rather than colour, especially with Pyrography. You're only burning with one colour, really, aren't you?
Yeah. Tin Treat Woodturners joined us.
Hello, how you doing?
And Jamie says she's okay.
Good.
And he says, nice short one. Are you talking about AGK again?
Oh, bless him. He does get some stick, doesn't he?
They are somebody else has answered my question. It's Chris from Tren Creek Wood Turning.
Hello, Chris. Nice to see you here. So, for those that have just joined, we have got this Peter Child's machine on a number 3. So we're just doing light layers for skin. And all we're going to do is build up the areas where it is slightly darker. And obviously not put so many layers in where it's lighter.
That green caught you out, didn't it?
It did. You can see it, can't you? But I'm not worried. We're not worried. We'll sort that out. We'll blend it in and take it off if we need to, if it's a bit troublesome. But yeah, we just... the grain on this one has been a bit... it's been a bit troublesome. But it's all okay. I'll just, show you how to work around it because... you're going to get it.
And Lucy Bundy Rose joined us.
Hi, Lucy. Hope Andy and the kids are okay. Oh, obviously, and you. So, just building up a little bit of layer because you've got, you've still got the nose on that picture.
I have.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is in this.
Do we need to get a bit better?
Yeah, I'll just show my picture. So what we're doing is aiming to get this darker parts around the outside. Oh, it's the inside of the cheek, isn't it? Underneath the cheekbone. And then we'll bring it up over the cheeks as well. So
Andy's playing with his toy in the dining room. I'm assuming that's a 3D printer then.
Phil would be playing with his as well.
Yeah, I can't get mine out until I've done the desk.
Yeah, he's got to build a desk first. So we're just adding these layers, lots of layers, just going round and round and round and round. And it's called scrumbling. The technical term of it is called scrumbling, with small circles. I just like circular motions. I don't always use technical terms. There we go, just adding it in nicely in there. What's everybody been up to this week? Anything good?
Yeah, Lucy says, yes, it's difficult for me to get in the dining room now.
Yeah, but it is.
Our dining room's big enough, we just need somewhere to put it.
Yeah, we've got a space to put it. We just need to, well, Phil needs to build a desk. And then we can put a shelf in the alcove bit above, and then it'll be perfect space. It's just... It's finding the time to build stuff, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah. I seem to have been doing a lot of pyrography blanks for the last week.
Yes, he has. He's been doing lots of pyrography blanks for me. Lots and lots. Like 3 logs worth.
2 logs down, 1 log to go.
You're a good old stick, really, aren't you?
Not so sure the old bit.
Really? Yeah. So...
She doesn't have a dining table in the dining room either.
No? Would that be a too normal of a use of a dining room?
Obviously so.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll get mine up and running. Just got me get my desk building head on.
What are you planning for this desk anyway?
I think it's going to be another metal frame wall.
Yeah?
Mm.
So you're not keeping in with the scheme of the school unit?
I don't know.
We have one really large, long wall in our dining room, and right in the middle of it is an open fireplace. So we've got the alcoves either side. And as you look at the fireplace, on the right-hand side, we've built in a what we call the school unit. It's basically just a built-in dresser, isn't it?
Yeah.
With shelves above, shelves either side, a TV on the wall, and then cupboards and drawers underneath. And it is the unit itself, the wood itself is beech. So we've used beech wood, and then because the frame of the unit was actually pallet wood, we painted it with the Farrow and Ball blue. Is it railway blue? No, it's railway grey into that's this stuff.
No,
So
that's railings.
Railings, that's it. So we painted it with like a Farrow and Ball blue colour.
It's a Scottish one, isn't it?
Is
I can't
it?
remember the exact colour.
No idea. So so all the face frame on it is blue, and then you've got the golden of the beech. So it's kind of like, wasn't sure. Well, you wasn't sure, was you? Whether you were going to do the same the other side for the desk. So in the other alcove, have the desk in the same sort of style, or whether he wanted to. He's been looking at metal furniture. the industrial type of metal furniture to see whether that one, and see whether that would fit, having a metal frame and then the beech top. Well, I'm assuming beech top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to do it metal frame with the same colour as the school unit for the metalwork.
Okay.
So it stays with the theme. But,
so I'm going to ask you a question now. Why metal if you're going to paint it? No. It's a serious question. Serious question. I'm just asking. Why metal if you're going to paint it?
Because I was going to do a freestanding unit that could be moved if needed.
Okay.
Rather than a built-in.
And that can't be done with wood?
Well, it can be, yeah, but...
I'm just asking your brain works completely different to mine. That's why I'm asking you. I ask you perhaps daft questions, but that's because I'm trying to work out why.
Get on with what you're supposed to be doing.
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah. Lucy says her dining room table is in her living room.
Well, that's a great place to put it.
Alex says he's been doing lots of 3D printing while laying on the bed with a bad back.
I know that bad back feeling, mate.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Kez has been suffering for the last fortnight with it.
Yeah. And then somebody whacked me with a spoon yesterday. And it made it even worse.
And just today moved the spare room around in case of another purchase.
Oh, in case of another purchase.
Yeah.
So we're still layering.
And Alex says our dining room is my mum's bedroom stroke living room.
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything like that in our dining room. Everybody has to walk through it to get to the kitchen.
Yeah, you'd be better off in the front room, wouldn't you? You'd be better off in the front room, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's really weird though, because the front room is actually smaller than our dining room. The dining room and the bedroom above it are the biggest rooms in the house. So we're just layering on this sheet. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up to a 3.5, just so you guys may be able to see it a little bit better laying down. I can see it, but I don't think the camera's picking it up so well.
And Bitten's joined us.
Hi, Bitten. How are you this week? So just adding in.
And Lucy says our living room is the walkway to the back of the bungalow. It's very similar to ours. Then our dining room is the walkway to the back of the house.
Yeah.
And Alex says he had to knock a door in our sitting room to get to the kitchen.
If we knocked a door in our sitting room, you'd either end up under the stairs or in the kitchen, wouldn't you? Or outside. No, you'd end up outside of the garden, wouldn't you?
You'd either end up in my office or you'd end up in the office or end up outside.
Yeah. His office is under the stairs, by the way. The bit under the stairs is actually really big, and his office is under the stairs. So we nicknamed Harry Potter at one point. He lives in the cupboard under the stairs. So just doing long motions. I'm going to go in up and down, just because the grain of this wood here is it's being a bit finicky, and it's burning in really weird. Well, it's burning in lines, really. It's not really weird. It's just lines.
It's
so when
highlighting the grain, isn't it?
Yeah, it is highlighting the grain, and you can see there, and then the bit next to it. Now, when it does that, instead of going round and round, just literally go with the grain. It is the most easiest way of doing it, rather than sort of trying to fight against it. Just go with it, and that way, what you're doing is you're getting the burn in between the grain bits. That's all.
Bitten says, I'm fine, thank you. My daughter and her boyfriend, both 17, said last week, please teach us to paint with watercolour so we can have practice watercolour all day.
Nice. That's a good thing to do. Do you enjoy painting, Bitten? Watercolour is not something that I've used, I must admit.
No, you're more acrylics, aren't you?
Yeah, I've used acrylics, but I've not used watercolours. The kids like watercolours; they prefer them over anything. But for me, it's definitely acrylic. And you wouldn't think that there is a massive difference between, you think, oh, it's just painting, but there is a massive difference between all the paint mediums, I think.
You keep drifting off into your own little world, don't you, today?
No, I'm just concentrating on getting this. Just this section here of this grain is a bit weird. Where I've rubbed it out, there's actually a little bit of a grey line going all the way down there where the rubbing out has actually gone into the grain. It was sanded, but sometimes the hard bits of the grain just raise ever so slightly. And what I should have done and didn't do with this particular piece, when you find that you've got hard grain bits, it's always good to scrape it. So if you've got like a card scraper, it's normally cabinetry, isn't it? That's there's card scrapers to scrape, and it's just a big thick metal card, and you just scrape it down a few times, and what it does, it flattens it all. You can do it with one of these. It's just a bit tedious because they're so small.
So you cut the fibres of the wood rather than sanding them?
Yeah, basically. After you've sanded it, you don't go straight on with it. After you've sanded it, if it is a little bit like this, the grain is a little bit intermittent, then yeah, you just scrape it.
Lucy says her living room currently looks as if a Gideon and Kezzy-sized bomb has gone off.
Toys everywhere, yeah.
And Bitten says, yeah, it's like burning, you would love it. It's so nice that they would like to do something else than party in the weekend.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is definitely true.
And Jamie says, so you don't recommend 80 grit then?
No, definitely don't recommend 80 grit, mate. Not unless you're starting out with 80 grit. Then you've just got further down, further. Is up or down the grits? You're going down in the fineness of the grit, but then you're going up in the numbers.
Yeah.
So
the higher the number, the
finer the grit. Yeah, no, I understand that bit. I never know which way to say it. Tell you what, I wish our teenagers had taken interest like Bittens.
Ours doesn't involve a computer, they're not interested.
No. They're not interested in partying either, but they're not interested in anything but computers.
Yes, they aren't playing games, they're programming.
Yeah.
Or drawing.
That's all right. He draws a very, very different style. It's like anime / Tim Burton style that he draws, which is really different. So I can't even give him any tips or anything because he's like, no, go away, I'll do it myself.
I've got my own style, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's nice to see his own style, I must admit. So yeah, I'm adding that bit in there. So what I'm going to do is come around this cheek a little bit more. So I'm going to use the flat of this, I think, just because we've got. I said I'm going to carry on with the pull down motion. just because I think it's best for this type of wood. Sometimes you have to adapt your burning style slightly to suit a piece of wood. Just because, as you can see with this one, it's been a bit of a pain. So just bringing it down.
What was it you saying the other day? It's not going to be perfect because it's a natural product.
Yeah, no, I don't expect it to be perfect. It's just getting it as close to the picture as my abilities will allow, you know. So yeah, just don't expect it, don't expect perfection. It's a great thing about art. It doesn't have to be perfect.
I'm going to find a better version of your picture while
Yeah,
I'm at it.
I'm just going to grab a drink of coffee. So just carry on down underneath this cheek here.
You're only doing the lower half, aren't you?
Oh.
You're only doing the lower half.
Yeah. Because what he's got here is this comes around from the side of the nose. The dark patch comes around here.
Let's update that picture.
Where the cheek is to the lips. So I'm just going to get that in there. And try circular motion because this is not. That's better.
Yeah, you've got more of a view of the area you're working on there.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I'm going to bring that down there. So it's going to go through a very weird looking bit, and that's absolutely fine. It's the ugly duckling stage, and that's just what it goes through. Every single piece goes through it. So
Wayne Bigfoot's joined us, and Valerie.
hey, Wayne,
Valerie,
sorry, how you doing?
Late. My nephew's been around working for his cruel uncle. In brackets, me.
I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're getting on okay with your workshop build, mate.
He's gonna have concrete soon.
I know. I saw. It's exciting. So bringing that, just darkening that down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is slow my circular motions down a little bit to get it so it's laying down just a little bit darker. There we go, starting to darken now nicely now. There we go. Just going around, so it's going to go all the way down to touch where the lip is.
Apparently, he's put the rebar in the base for him, and he's took down the last of the decking.
Nice. Get in there then, mate. Get in there.
So we're not going to fall through the decking anymore.
No, because it's not there. I can't fall through it because it's not there, you Wally.
We were in danger of falling through it before.
That's all right. So bringing this down to where it meets the mouth, because this section is relatively dark because of the smile, sort of smile, the grin, smirk, whatever you want to call it, on this little boy's face. There we go. darkening that down. It's just about adding layers and layers and layers and layers on these sections.
Wayne says if Phil fell through it, at least we'll be able to talk eye to eye.
Yeah, that's the one.
Cheers, mate.
Most people need a step ladder when they're around him. There we go. Just going to go with the long motions again.
What is the name in English where you put your wood in and then it gets all plain? Like if you made 2 pictures in Pyrography and you want to get it all off and want to start all over again. Your choices are either planing it off using a planer,
which actually cuts it.
Which actually cuts the surface, or you can sand it off.
Yeah, you just use a sander. So we just...
And Lucy says she gets vertigo looking up at both Phil and Wayne.
Yeah. I think my neck's got a permanent crick in it where it's like always up because they're all taller than me in this house. There's only the 2 youngest, but Phil and the 3 eldest are all taller than me now, so I have to look up at them all.
Yeah, won't be long before the rest of them overtake you.
Yeah, no, Jensen's getting there. Jensen's getting there. He's only 9 at the moment. Well, no, he's 10 next month, but yeah, he's getting there. He's give him another couple of years, and I'll be looking up at him too. Although Lucy, I'm sure Andy can't be that much shorter than Phil. Surely.
I didn't think he was either.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go back to the circular motions. Just to get in some...
Wayne Bigfoot said, Lucy, you get vertigo looking up at Andy AGK. And not many folks can say that.
Oh, dear me.
And Lucy says she stood on a step stool.
Yeah.
Friday night and was actually eye to eye with Andy. Yeah, Kez would have to do the same thing with me.
Mm. Yeah. Although I'm not that short. It's just that you're really, really tall. Really, really tall.
Bow.
Eh?
Bow.
Oh, sorry. What are you saying bow for? So just adding some extra layering up here. So I'm going to go circular again. Turn it a little bit actually. There we go. I'm getting it in up there, around the cheek. A little bit too much.
Yeah. Lucy reckons Gideon will be taller than me by the time he's 8.
Yeah. He probably will.
That was very nice, Mr. Bigfoot.
Wow, what's he done now?
Lucy, is your passport photo full size?
Oh, Wayne!
Don't worry, Lucy. Wayne's is enlarged. Needs to be enlarged to get his feet in.
Oh Oh dear me, you lot. Nice to each other, aren't you? Oh, my watch is bleeping. Watch is bleeping. It's telling me to go and make dinner. Sunday dinner for dinner today. What's everybody else got? Anything good? So I'm just bringing the straight motion down, or straight down, just because I'm just going in between these grain bits because the grain was catching, as you can see the side just there. We'll be doing the circular motion, so we're just going to go down. Instead, we'll not fight with it, we'll just work with it.
Easiest way.
Yeah, the easiest way. So skin it's very, very light, but then in other areas it's very, very dark, and it gets a bit crazy, and then you've got all sorts of mid-tones in there, so just getting it in there slowly. It's easier to slowly build it up. It's more patience and takes a lot longer, but there's definitely more control over what the layers are doing.
Wayne says, yes, we had a bacon and egg sarnie for Sunday lunch.
Nice.
Strangely enough, so did we.
No, I had bacon and tomato.
Oh, yeah. Lucy says she's going to see what's in the freezer tonight. Got fed at work last night.
Yeah.
And she had an amazing chicken burger.
Cool. Well, I say as a Sunday lunch, it's more deconstructed cottage pie because they don't eat it all together.
Yeah, fruit on the plate in individuals and they'll eat it.
Yeah, I cook it as if I'm going to put it in a cottage pie, but don't actually put the cottage pie bit together, and yeah, they'll all eat it. Put it together as a cottage pie and they won't touch it. It's the same ingredients. I don't know what goes off in my husband's head.
It's not me.
Yeah, it is.
Not me.
Yeah, so.
Oh, apparently Lucy says whatever food truck is there has to feed the staff free of charge.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Sounds really interesting.
That seemed an incredibly dark bit there.
What?
That curve.
It is a little bit, but I'll take it out with the rubber later on. It's because I've had some dark spots go into the grain. So what I'm going to do is build up the layers around it and then see how much that I don't need, if any. Because sometimes you can build them up and it looks really dark, but then when you get all the other layers in, it actually looks how it should do, and you didn't need to take any out.
This is your ugly duckling stage.
Yeah, it is an ugly duckling stage. I don't really like the ugly duckling stage. You just have to push through it. Quite often I could go, ugh, I don't like that, I'll give up and sand it all off. But I've learnt not to. I've learnt to push past it now.
Oh, apparently Lucy gets burgers, pizza, fish and chips, pies, Indian street food, all sorts.
Wow. Sounds like you're fed interestingly.
Nice when it's all free.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You're fed for free.
We could do with all them here at dinner times, couldn't we?
What, feed the horde of hungry kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure that the street vans would park up outside our house for 4 hours. There we go. So let's add a little bit into there. So that's a bit darker. And then bring that around a little bit more. What are you giggling at?
They're still on with Andrew's height. And Wayne was saying, Jamie, my feet are bigger than Andy.
Mm-hmm. So just bringing this down. Here we've got like lots of little green lines. So we're just going to bring the lines down rather than trying to do circular motions at the moment. Just because we're working with the wood.
I think we've got a very heightist conversation today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy says, Andrew is the only hobbit I look up to.
I suppose she's the only one that can say it. There we go. Just bringing that burn, that first layer of burn in. Only really going to need a first layer of burn in that section there, just because of the way that the mouth is and the light on the mouth, should I say. There we go. Started to get there. Look, you can see where that is, and then the cheeks going around. So we're just going to add a little bit more in there, just to add the extra layer. Just then you'll start seeing the face come to life a little bit, just by adding this bit in here. Or it should do anyway.
So Wayne says, change the subject as it's not fair on Lucy and Andy. Who's going to Newark? And remember, there's no minimum height restriction, so we can all go.
We'll be at Newark. We're actually going as visitors. So we're going to womble around as visitors this time.
Yes, we're not standing Newark, so
No,
we
we're
can
not.
Spend some time having a browse round for a change.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird standing on the other side, isn't it, for this time?
Yeah, we can go and hassle everybody else for a change.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah. We're looking at being there both days. We're taking two of the kids on Friday, and then we'll be on our own on the Saturday, is the plan at the moment. Whether that sticks, I do not know, but we'll definitely be there for both days. With no height restrictions, Wayne. You can't even see where I'm going with that, can you, really?
No, we're not, Lucy.
What's that?
Lucy was asking if we were at Yandles in April.
No. It's a bit far for us to come, and we only came last time because Turner's asked us to stand because they got nobody to do the pyrography thing. Although I think normally either Joe or Connie do the pyrography standing down there.
And Huey Lionheart's joined us.
Hi, Huey. How you doing?
Yes, we've not done bad for classiness today, mate.
No. They're all being heightists, though, apparently.
Yeah. Wayne says, I dare you to go up to a stand, Kez, and have a go at pyrography.
Oh, you mean Bob's? Bob's the only stand there.
I know Turners will probably have the Pyrography on there, and Tick will as well.
I like Tick. Tick's great.
Yeah, Woodard will be there, so you can.
Yeah, I'll go visit Tick. I'll go fraternise with the enemy. No, I like Tick. She's great. Absolutely great. Why am I banging on there? Yeah, definitely be. I might have a go at Pyrography. I've never done it before. You have to try something new, don't you? Yeah, definitely go and have a walk round. Say it'll be very, very different. I don't think I've ever been to a show that I haven't worked, so it'll be a very different experience for me to go and womble round.
Yeah, you can actually stop and have conversations with people without being worried that you're not working.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is obviously it's great when people come and see me and say hi and everything else, and you get to meet everybody. That's fabulous. I absolutely love it. But then sometimes when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody like that you're meeting, and then somebody else comes along and is like, "How do you do this and how do you do that?" And you kind of have to cut your conversation short. So it'll actually be nice to have a full conversation with people. Are you and Andy going to Newark,
Yes.
Lucy?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. It's starting to get in there nicely now. Just needs a lot of smoothing out. So up here it's a bit harsh. So even though it is a bit of a harsh line, it still needs to be smoothed and blended a little bit. So it's just a case of going backwards and forwards over that section to get it to the right sort of, I want to say consistency, but that's not the right word. It's really not the right word.
Lucy says they're staying up there Friday night, and JP says you're being shortest now. She cuts conversations short.
Oh dear me.
Yeah.
Whereabouts you staying, Lucy? Anywhere nice? I don't know what's around in Newark, I must admit.
Wayne says that Harrogate once Emma sneaked up into Valerie from behind, put her arms round, and it was really funny as they were both the same height.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Emma's great. She doesn't walk anywhere. She runs everywhere, Emma does.
And Alex says, if you ever manage to get some respite, I might try and get one of these shows one day.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy's staying at the Premier Inn.
Premier Inns are all right. I quite like them.
Yeah, if you're on the one of the A1 Island, it's quite nice as well. That's Premier Inn is. So that's where we stayed last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. The annex bit, didn't we? We stayed in.
Yeah.
So yeah. Although we didn't really need to stay, we're only an hour away. We could have literally just drove there.
Yeah, it's nearly local, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So that's starting to blend in there. We've still got some bits here that aren't, so we're just going to blend those bits in. With skin, it's a lot of blending from one tone to the other. So there's like not sharp drops of, sort of like a dark colour into a light colour. Like sometimes there is, like where the shadows are, but with this bit, because of it being just a natural curve, it needs to be blended. It's not actually like a sharp shadow of like where if a hat, if he was wearing a hat or anything like that, there'd be a sharp shadow underneath on top of the forehead. But this section, it isn't quite as sharp.
Apparently, when Emma was visiting Britain, hang on, it moved. My daughter said, "Oh my God, Mum, an adult shorter than me." She was very happy.
Brilliant. Yes. She is short, but she's great. She's got a great attitude. There we go. So just run this section in here. Just bringing it down from the darker to the lighter. There we go, getting in there nicely now. How's it looking on the camera? It's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. There is still a lot of blending to do, because you can see like the lines and the bits and stuff like that. So that there is blending to do, but that can come in within like other layers. So you haven't got to do it all in one go. It can be done throughout the layering process, because obviously there's still layers to go on this section here. But yeah, so it doesn't have to be done all in one go. You'll find that I tend to dot around. I'll blend a bit in up there, and then like now I'm putting a darker bit in down here, and then sort of go back. I'm not saying that that's how you have to do it. You do it your way. But it's just the way my brain functions. It kind of goes, well, I see a bit, I'll do it. So just bringing that down, because that...
So for people who've been watching for a while, I've already worked out you're a bit erratic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, that's ADHD for you. I have it in bucket loads. So I do tend to dot from one to another. If you're comfortable doing that, then go for it. If you're not, then don't. Really, just don't. Just work however you're comfortable.
That's a good job, Andrew. He's got thick skin.
Why?
JP, and AGK is when you order a Yorkshireman from Wish.
Oh my gosh. Andrew, next time you see him, bite his ankles, mate.
Looks bigger in the photos.
Yeah. Right, so we've got just here, we've got a bit of a darker section where the shadow is, excuse me, voice, on the chin. So I'm just going to get that bit in there. Let me just actually just move that up a little bit so you can see it. So there we go, just making the two meet here. So just here, I'm going to try the scrumbling. Now, instead of scrumbling that way, the grain is going that way. I'm doing it this way because hopefully it'll minimize the lines that you get, because the line on the tip is going down with the grain. So hopefully it'll minimize it to a certain extent. It won't get rid of it all, as you can see just there.
I was going to say, it has appeared as you were saying it.
Yeah. So it won't but it won't get rid of it all, but we can deal with that afterwards. We can just do like the lines motion from top to bottom or bottom to top, whichever way you are comfortable doing it. It doesn't really matter. It's just showing you how to work with a piece of wood that's being a pain in the rear end. You don't have to throw it away. It's still a good piece of wood. You just got to know how to work with it and how to deal with it, that's all. And if you do have any techniques that you've found work, please, put your hand up, give us a shout and let us know. Because I am self-taught and this is trial and error. A lot of stuff that I do that I've just found the best way for me. So it'd be really, really interesting to see if you guys have found better ways or, sort of even better for you, should I say. What works for you?
There's always more than one way of doing things.
Yeah, of course there is. Absolutely is. And nobody's wrong. Nobody is wrong. It's finding what's best for you rather than, what should be done as such. There is no should be done, not with this particular art anyway. It's what works for you. So I'm gonna go back to the. No, that's not working. That is not working. Try turning it upside down. So what I've done is I had it that way around, and you can see I've got a slight point on this corner. So what I'm just going to do is turn it upside down and have the more curvier side, because I'm leaning on the curvier side a little bit more for the scrumbling motion.
If it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong in life.
No, I don't care. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I just show you how to fix it.
And Andy, the Valley Woodturner, has joined us.
Hey up, Andy. You joined us from the dining room.
Yeah, he's put his toy down for a minute.
Yeah. So just adding in some extra layers on here because it's a bit darker around that chin. And from there we are here and we're going down. That's actually working better with that circular motion with that.
Yeah,
the more curvy square. I don't know what to call it. That the curvier bit at the bottom. That's working much better.
Yes, he has indeed. He's printing keyring dragons, apparently.
Keyring dragons? Oh, cool. I love dragons. Andrew sent us a dragon, didn't he?
Yeah.
I've not dared take it out of the box. Well, I have to look at it, but I haven't dared to put it anywhere because I know that one of the kids is going to steal it. And they're not having it. It's mine.
You have to put it on the shelf with those maker stuff.
Yeah, but Cody will see it. He sniffs anything out. If it's new, he'll sniff it out. He saw it on the live that when we first had it, we showed it on here.
Yeah.
Right. He saw it on the live and he was like, "Where is that?" I was like, "It's nowhere. No, it's not yours." Because he watches the videos apparently. Yeah, no.
Well, Andrew says he'll make you a stand for it.
What's that? So we can see even more? I'm trying to hide it. He's got a thing at the moment for how to train your dragon. So I've borrowed the books off a friend, so we're going through the books, but the films, he absolutely loves the films of how to train your dragon. So he's very, very big into dragons at the moment. So what I'm going to do is take that first layer of underneath those lips there.
I'm still heightest. The stretch is still heightest.
Who's heightest?
Well, Lucy said it was once said that when we had a lot of snow, that a flashing light on my head so I wouldn't get lost. And Wayne's Bigfoot's now saying that you probably need a flashing light, but even if it's heavy frost.
Oh, dear me.
And Alex has got about 50 dragons printed.
Have you? Wowee.
That's a lot of printing time.
That is a lot. That's a lot of dragons. Are you doing anything in particular with them? Are they for something, or you just fancied 50 dragons in your dining room? So here is the bit where the chin, you can see like a white highlight of the chin. So what we're going to do is going to go under the lip for the darker parts just here. What are you giggling at?
Wayne, I just married my dragon, so I didn't need to print any.
Oh, get in, Valerie. You're such a meanie.
We're going to see who's got control of the chat.
Yeah. And I'm about big feet, he's mean feet. So just getting that highlight in just here. So we've got to go underneath the chin as well, because that's got a layer on it of shade under there. There we go.
You've got about 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes to go.
Is that it? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the dragon is my mother-in-law.
What, yours?
No, Lucy's saying.
Oh.
Mine's a witch.
Mine was a dragon and all when she was alive.
Yeah, your mother-in-law was, yeah.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law's a witch.
Yep. There we go, just adding these first layers in here, the side of this chin there. Close up it looks a bit weird. When I zoom out it'll hopefully all come together a little bit more.
Or when you've got some more layers in, it'll start.
Yeah, yeah, you add more layers and, you know, sort of also say zooming out when you're looking hyper focused on one particular part, it
we really do need to do this on Zoom at some point.
Yeah,
because Lucy Bundy Rowe is currently singing along to Bluey.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I like Blue. Blue's well cool. We was watching that last night. We watch it every tea time.
I don't remember. Vitten says I don't remember how high in number you sand before you start. Around 320 to 400.
Yeah, I sand at 320 or 320. That's just because I haven't got the patience or the energy to go any further. But I've known people go right up to 1,000 grit. That's absolutely
320 smooth enough so that the tip doesn't snag in the grain.
Yeah, you just don't want because you're applying heat, you don't want the tip to raise the grain too much and snag in. I mean, this is sanded 320 and I've had a few bits with the grain, but that is because it's like got harder sections in it. And it's giving me like lumps a little bit where the grain has come in. Hence why, you know, could have done with just a card scraper just to flatten them and they would have been fine. Yeah. They wouldn't have popped back up.
Yeah, Lucy says Bluey represents things for real life with kids.
It does.
It's brilliant.
It is absolutely a fabulous show. I must admit, it's one of the best kids shows that I've seen ever. And I've been watching kids shows for like 24 years this year. So yeah.
Yeah, been watching kids shows for most of your life.
I know. we go. So there is some layers in there, I promise. I don't think you can see them. Yeah, look, so you can see that the layers are starting to get in down this side here. As you can see, the grain is not doing so good there, but what we'll do is we'll just bring the downward motion in, and we'll leave it there. Let's zoom out, and you can see actually where it's starting to come along. Even though that looked a little bit darker close up, it's actually coming along just nicely. I don't think we'll have to remove too much. I think it'll just be a little bit with the rubber on the highlight there, if I'm honest with you. But that nose is now, he doesn't look like he's got a bump on the nose anymore. So that's looking pretty good.
It's more rounded.
Yeah, it's more rounded. He's got a little button nose. So, but yeah, that's basically it for this week, guys. So pleased to have you spend an hour with us. I think definitely we're going to try and get on Zoom and do like a Zoom lessons instead, because I think it'd be absolutely hilarious with you guys talking in and out and stuff. So
it'd be good for a question and answer as well.
Yeah, that too. But I think just a general chit chat would be, nice to speak to you guys while I'm burning and sort of backwards and forwards. So because sometimes the chat's a little bit slow, isn't it? Or my husband might be a little bit slow with cameras. But yeah, I think that definitely something to look at if anybody's interested. I mean, obviously you can join and you don't have to have your camera on or mic or anything like that on. You can just sort of listen in if you need, if that's what you prefer. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool to something to aim for.
Lucy says we now have to play Car Rainbow when we're in the car.
Ah, yes, we've played that. We've played Car Rainbow.
And Andy says, if Lucy calls that singing, who strangled the cat?
Oh, dear me. Yeah. So I think Cody's favourite was Wind Up Bingo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You used to have to wind him up to get him anywhere. So, But right. Thank you very much for joining us. We've had a fabulous hour. It actually went really, really fast. We've got some nice layering going off on the skin. Next week we'll do the other side, so we'll get some nice layering in there as well. And I think that's it. If everybody's got any questions, no, over to you. No. So right, well, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Much appreciated, and we will see you soon, same time next week. See you later. Bye.